everybody. Here we are with Stage Fright on a Summer Night. Book 25. Can you believe it? It's hard to believe we've read 25 books together. Prologue. One summer day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. They found that it was filled with books. Jack and Annie soon discovered that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to the places in the books. All they had to do was point to a picture and wish to go there. While they are gone, no time at all passes in Frog Creek. Along the way, Jack and Annie discovered that the treehouse belongs to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is a magical librarian of Camelot, the long-ago kingdom of King Arthur. She travels through time and space gathering books. In Magic Treehouse, books 5 through 8, Jack and Annie help free Morgan from a spell. In books 9 through 12, they solve 4 ancient riddles and become master librarians. In Magic Treehouse, books 13 through 16, Jack and Annie have to save 4 ancient stories from being lost forever. In Magic Treehouse, books 17 through 20, Jack and Annie free a mysterious little dog from a magic spell. In Magic Treehouse, books 21 through 24, Jack and Annie help save Camelot. And now we're on to book 25. Chapter 1, Special Magic. Jack and Annie sat on their porch. Lightning bugs blinked in the warm summer twilight. "Wow, a shooting star," said Annie, pointing at the sky. Jack looked up just in time to see a streak of light flashing through the sky. The light hovered above the Frog Creek woods. Then it disappeared into the treetops. Jack caught his breath. He turned to Annie. "That was no shooting star," he said. "Right," she said. They jumped up. Jack grabbed his backpack from inside the front hall. "Dad, Mom, can we go out?" he called. "We'll be back soon." 10 minutes, no more," their mom said. "Okay," said Jack. He closed the door. "Let's go, hurry." He and Annie ran across their yard. They ran down their street. They ran into the woods. They ran until they came to the tallest oak. They looked up. "Yep," said Annie. Jack just smiled. He was too happy for words. "That's our shooting star," said Annie. "The magic treehouse." He grabbed the rope ladder and started up. She grabbed the rope ladder and started up. Jack followed. When they climbed inside the treehouse, they both gasped. A beautiful woman with long white hair stood in the shadowy corner. "Hello, Jack and Annie," said Morgan Le Fay. "Morgan!" Jack and Annie cried. They threw their arms around her. "Why are you here?" said Annie. "What do you want us to do for you?" "You have already done so many good things for me," said Morgan, "and for King Arthur and Camelot. Now I want you to do something good for yourselves. You are going to learn magic." "Oh, wow," said Annie. Are we going to become magicians? Will you teach us charms and spells?" Morgan laughed. "There is magic that does not need charms and spells," she said. "You'll find a special magic on each of your next adventures." "How?" asked Jack. "A secret rhyme will guide you on each journey," Morgan said. "Here, this is the first." She held up the slip of paper. Annie took the paper from Morgan and read the rhyme aloud. "To find a special magic, you must step into the light, and without a wand, spell, or charm, turn daytime into night." "Turn daytime into night?" said Jack. "How can we do that?" Morgan smiled. "That's what you have to find out," she said. Jack had lots of questions, but before he could ask any of them, a flash of light lit up the treehouse. He closed his eyes against the light. When he opened them, Morgan Le Fay was gone. On the floor where she stood was a book. "Morgan didn't tell us enough," said Jack. "But she left the research book with us," said Annie. She picked up the book, and it'll tell us the first place to go. She held the book up to the gray light at the window. The cover showed a busy river with boats and a bridge, and the title was Merry Old England. What's OLDE mean?" asked Annie. "I think that's the old way of saying old," said Jack. "You say it the same." "So we're going to merry old England to find magic?" said Annie. "That sounds fun. Ready?" "I guess," said Jack. He still wished they'd gotten more information from Morgan, but he pointed at the cover of their research book. "I wish we could go there," he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. The wind grew harder and harder. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Chapter 2, London Bridge. Warm daylight flooded into the treehouse. Jack opened his eyes. Annie was wearing a long dress with an apron. Jack was wearing a shirt with puffy sleeves, knee-length pants, and tights. Their shoes were leather slippers. Jack's backpack was now a leather bag. I think Jack should just start carrying a leather bag. "These clothes are weird," said Jack. His voice was nearly drowned out by the sound of thundering wagon wheels coming from below. "What's going on?" said Annie. She and Jack, I just realized we hadn't seen a picture yet, but we hadn't. "What's going on?" said Annie. She and Jack looked out. The treehouse had landed in a patch of trees near a wide brown river. Wagons, carts, and people were heading towards the river. Ferry boats, sailing ships, and white swans glided across the water. "Wow, it's so busy," said Annie. Jack opened their research book and read, "In 1600, over 100,000 people lived in London, England. At that time, England was ruled by Queen Elizabeth I. She was much loved by her people." "A queen? Cool," said Annie. Jack took out the notebook and wrote, "London, 1600, Queen Elizabeth I. "I've never seen a bridge like that," said Annie, looking to the left. Jack looked with her. A giant stone bridge crossed the river. The bridge looked like a small town. It was crowded with horses, shops, and even a church. Jack found a picture of the bridge in their research book. He read aloud. "At the heart of London was the London Bridge. The bridge crossed the Thames River. At different times in history, the bridge fell down, but it was always built back up again." "Oh, wow," said Annie. "That must be where the song comes from," she sang. "London Bridge is falling down, falling down." While Annie sang, Jack took his notebook and wrote, "London Bridge crosses the Thames River, crowded with stores and houses." "Let's go look for the magic," said Annie. She read Morgan's note again. "To find a special magic, you must step into the light, and without a wand, spell, or charm, turn daytime into night." Jack squinted up at the sky. It was very blue, without even a cloud. "It's just not possible," he said, shaking his head. But he threw the research book and his notebook into his leather bag. Then he followed Annie down the rope ladder. When they reached the ground, they started walking towards the river. "P.U.," Annie said, holding her nose. The river smelled terrible. No one else seemed to mind the smell, though. People were cheerfully piling into ferry boats and heading over the bridge. They all seemed happy, as if they were going someplace fun. A group of ragged boys brushed past Jack and Annie. They were about 12 or 13 years old. They were laughing and out of breath. "Hurry, we'll be late," one shouted. The boys ran towards the stone gateway leading onto the bridge. "Late for what?" said Annie. "What's on the other side of the bridge? Why are they in such a hurry to get there?" "I don't know," said Jack. He pulled out the research book. "I'll see what the book says." "No, let's just go, or we'll be late," said Annie. She took off running. Okay, said Jack. He put away the book and ran after her, towards the London Bridge. That's the end of chapter 2. I'm going to add some lights so it's not looking so dark in here, and then I'll be back for chapters 3 and 4.